Today I'm going to show you how I make my breakfast balls. They're high protein, high iron. The first ingredient is going to be 4 cups of oats, which I've already ground up here. And we're going to add 2 different types of nuts. I'm going to use pumpkin seeds, which I've already ground up here. I usually do that ahead of time. And then I'm just already using this almond flour that's already ground up. I'm going to be using flax. So for the nuts, 1 cup and 1 cup of each. Flax, I use 1 cup in mine. I will use half a cup of chia seeds. I will use half a cup of PB Fit. I use PB Fit because it has the saturated fat taken out and it barely has any total fat. It's just, well, this one actually peanuts, coconut, palm sugar, and salt, which isn't the best, but compared to a junky one like this, which I use both types of peanut butter, like healthy without a bunch of crap, or I have WIC and I get stuff for free. So this one has sugar and oil in it, but 15 grams of fat versus 2 grams of fat. So I use half a cup of this and I use half a cup of this instead of 1 full cup of this. You can use 1 full cup of a good peanut butter if you like, and you don't have the PB Fit. This is my first wet ingredient: half a cup of peanut butter, half a cup of coconut oil, and half a cup of maple syrup. That's how I'm sweetening it. All right, let's get to it. So I use a Ziploc bag to mix it up and then also to store the balls after. So I just keep recycling the same ones. So I have my 4 cups of oats here, 1 cup of pumpkin, and you want to make sure when you're mixing it up in the bag to try to break up these clumps, because you'll just get pockets of pure pumpkin if you don't get those smushed up together. So that's 1 cup of pumpkin, 1 cup of flour, almond flour, 1 cup of almond flour. Here's my half a cup of PB Fit, half a cup of chia, cup of flax, and that's all of the dry ingredients. So now I'm going to, actually I forgot one. I add a little bit of sea salt, like 2 pinches of sea salt. And then I mix this all up in the bag here. Oh no. My bag didn't seal for a minute. Leave a little bit of air in there and you can really get it all mixed up and then break apart all of those clumps. Let me get my sea salt though. Here I have my sea salt. I'm gonna add 1, 2. Okay, I'm starting to make a mess here. That's why I'm a fumbling mama. Okay, let's try this again. You could do this in a bowl easily as well. I just find like it's easy for me to get the clumps and get it really mixed up better this way. Okay, I won't bore you with all of that. I'll continue to do that off camera. And then I'm going to get my wet ingredients together. So again, half cup peanut butter, half a cup of coconut oil, and half a cup of maple syrup. And I put them in a bowl and I melt them in the microwave, or I do it on stovetop. If you are anti-microwave, then yeah, of course, go ahead on the stovetop. Yeah. Okay, there's my half a cup of maple syrup. It's a little bit foamy because I added a little bit of water to my container, because a tiny bit of water, because I didn't have a full half cup left. So I always do that to get the last ingredients, the last drops, of the container. Try to stretch it. And I'm gonna add my half a cup of peanut butter and cocoa oil. Okay, here's all my wet ingredients. I'm gonna pop it into the microwave for like a minute so I can blend it all together. Okay, all my wet ingredients here, pretty straightforward. Kind of work out all the peanut butter clumps and get it ready to blend up with dry ingredients. Okay, and then I usually try to blend it all up with my fork first because it gets like a really sticky mess all over your hands, and usually my baby likes to wake up from her nap when I'm doing this right when my hands are like covered in goop. So I try to minimize the time that I have just like, I'm not making any sense, you know what I mean. I just don't want my hands all nasty and my baby runs out to me crying. Totally just wash my hands, but that was silly. All right, so I'm gonna get this all worked together and then I'm gonna form it into balls. Make sure you fold all of the dry parts that are at the bottom into the wet dough. Otherwise you'll just be left with a big pile of like ingredient sand that won't form into balls. It'll just be like all the dry stuff, which often happens to me if I don't add enough of my wet ingredients. Like today I was at the end of my bottle of maple syrup, so okay. Let me get this into balls and I'll just throw it into my Ziploc and then freeze them. Just like this. That's it. I just try to get them like my hand size. They usually start off really small or really large, and then by the end the balls are just all different shapes, but I try to keep them consistent so that I'm eating about the same amount every day. Every morning. I eat these every morning for like the past couple years. And I'm always sad when I don't have them because I feel like as a vegan I know that they have all of the iron and protein that I need. It'd be better if I paired it with some vitamin C in the morning, but I drink it with coffee, or I eat them with coffee. They're really yummy because they like melt in your mouth and they kind of taste like a peanut butter cookie. So that's basically it, and then just throw them in the freezer. Thanks for watching.